So I guess now would be a good time to tell the story of what the heck happened with my motor and why I was at the shop for 6 months, all that kind of good stuff. Well, to be honest, if I would have thought about this more ahead of time, would have mounted something on the windshield and just talked with you guys. But I think this will do. So back in October, I'm fishing in the Cooper River near Quimby Creek, and I just bumped something with the motor. I mean, it wasn't much. I didn't think much of it because you bump stuff there all the time. Boom. So a little while later, alarm started going off. I was like, daggone it. So I took it to Berkeley Outdoors because they came recommended. And even though it's about almost an hour drive from my house, took it up there and hey, pulled the cowling off and checked it out. And lo and behold, God tells me you got a cracked head. I was like, oh man. So he said, but it's probably an insurance issue. I said, really? He said, yeah, what happened? And I said, well, he said, did you hit something because your prop shaft is bent? But it, it's not bent a whole lot, but it's bent. You definitely hit something, but there's no damage to the prop. I said, well, yeah, I hit something, but I didn't think much of it because I didn't hit it hard and it didn't stop the motor or nothing like that. So he said, yeah, you probably should file an insurance claim. So I filed an insurance claim, got to talking to them, and this was toward the end of October. Well, eventually they send out an insurance surveyor. The surveyor, they dropped the lower unit, and apparently there was a seal that was a little crooked near the water pump. And he goes, that's the reason why it's a faulty installation of your water pump. Because I just had a water pump put on a few months before that. And and so that's how it was written up. Then the guy at Berkeley goes, no. He says those things are paper thin. They don't have anything to do with that. You need to you need to fight them on it. Okay. So about this time, I think it was November. So I start, fighting them, so to speak, arguing with them. And it's at the supervisor's desk. Supervisor was going to review it some more. Of course, that took a couple weeks. And long and short of it, in January, Greg tells me, the guy at Berkeley, he says, you probably need to get a lawyer involved. Because we're talking about, if they have to rebuild everything, it's $12,000. If they, and we're talking about lower unit also, because they're not sure how the gears are messed up, the head, all that stuff. Long and short of it is I need a new motor. Well, a new motor, what, $22,000, $24,000? So I threatened a lawyer, and they said, well, you could have a second surveyor go out. And this is the lesson I learned. I didn't know that you could request a second surveyor. And so finally in one of our conversations, they always got serious when I said, well, let me talk to your supervisor. So, and then they patched me through to somebody else. I don't know whether it's their supervisor or not. And, this company, I really don't want to say the company. I've never had problems with them before. So they sent a second surveyor out there, and the second surveyor, he goes, no, you definitely hit something and it blocked water from going up, and it sucked in something, and it blocked water from going up into the power head, caused it to overheat and crack. That's why you had the alarm. So they sent me an insurance settlement check after depreciation and everything for $15,000, $14,900 or something. All right, that's great. Then the guy at Berkeley was telling me all this other stuff that was wrong with my motor, and basically I need a new motor. Well, I'm trying to decide whether I want to sell the boat or keep it, buy a bay boat. And of course, bay boats, man, everything's through the roof. So and of course they weren't going to give me much for mine anyway, because it's an '08 and it would not have a motor. I'd just be basically selling the hull. So that was frustrating. Finally, I can't remember exactly how I found it, but I found a motor on eBay, I think, out of Fort Myers, Florida, out of a dealership. Apparently it was on a demo boat. It's a 2018, got 8 hours on it, and for $15,000. Still got a year warranty left. So I went ahead and purchased that one, and they put it on, and that's the whole story. So lessons learned: get a second surveyor. You can do that. And I guess the squeaky wheel gets the grease. You know, I'm pretty much a nice guy, kind of let things happen, and you know, I could be a female dog and probably get stuff done a little faster, but I just wasn't used to the process because I've never had to deal with anything like this before. But definitely get a second surveyor, have a lawyer on call. This day and age, you just need that anyway, I think, for just about anything. Customer service is just not what it used to be, for sure. And I know the insurance company, from their standpoint, they want to save money. I mean, I own a business. I understand how that goes. But there was just so many obvious things that happened there that I did not, I wasn't trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. It's a legitimate thing that happened, and there it was. But anyway, that's the story. Finally got it installed, everything, and fishing 5 months later. And the frustrating part is another year of missing the spawn in South Carolina. You know, you have a chance of a lifetime for a fish at Santee Cooper, and especially around the spawn, especially being from Virginia. So really I'm sad about that, but hopefully we will pick it back up, rock and roll.